Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from the G.I. Joe Classified series. This is the Target exclusive Tiger Force Outback. This is a figure that's a year and a half in the waiting. Yes, it took over like a year and a half to get this figure. Almost. I mean, it was over a year, almost over a year and a half since the pre-orders first went up. And yes, this is our first release of Outback. They're starting off with the Tiger Force version as opposed to the regular retail release. Now, I got this from Target.com. I don't think it's in stock right now, but I do see that people are finding it, the Python Patrol Viper and Bat, in Target stores proper. So you might want to check out there. That's always a good look. And I have to say, I really dig this figure. I should say the full name, by the way, is Stuart Outback Selkirk. I guess they have to use the full name since the Transformer Outback has somewhat come back into production since this figure was initially released. This is a really cool figure, and it had some interesting history to it. Outback was never a member of Tiger Force in the United States. It was actually released, the original figure was repainted and released as a member of Tiger Force overseas in the UK. The shirt was done in orange with a basic tiger pattern. Nothing as ornate and dedicated as a and very dedicated and descriptive as the tiger there. I mean, that's way more. It was just some black outlines. But one thing I was surprised about with the figure is I was expecting it to basically be using the roadblock body. And while, yes, this is a very nice figure with some nice massive muscles, it's not as big as Roadblock. I mean, and it doesn't have that Roadblock heft. And maybe I was wrong. I always thought of Outback as a bigger, tougher guy. Being the survivalist. But yeah, we're just giving it a quick 360. This is the figure all geared up. So as I always do, we'll pause and we'll come back with the figure stripped down and take a closer look at the accessories. Okay, Outback doesn't have a lot of accessories per se, but it comes with what you would expect the figure to come with. First, we have this really cool backpack. That's a nice update from its classic look. Also, instead of having that separate belt, he has the full web gear. And along with the backpack, he comes with like this great little tactical shovel, which is perfect for shoveling it when the brass in the barracks and the offices give you orders that don't make sense. Yeah, a little military joke. What's cool here is that you do see two tabs, and there's a slot on the shovel so that the shovel can slide on just like so. Now I like to keep it on this side because we're going to take a look at Outback's machine gun. And this is a nice update to its classic machine gun. Look at H&K or something. It's a very small, very snubbed machine gun. I think it's a... No, actually, at first I thought it was a little warped out of the package, but that has to do with the way the strap looks and this little asymmetrical design. But, I mean, it's... bend it back a little if it doesn't look right. But it also has a removable clip with a molded in bullet. It's all molded in the same plastic color. Obviously, if this was like a SH figure art or something, that would be painted. But you can also, using the trigger well, slot the rifle on that side. So Outback will be able to carry all of his accessories loose, with his hands loose. Moving on, we have Outback's classic flashlight, very iconic accessory to the character. And what's nice is instead of having a hole in the side of the leg, they made a nice little harness here that can just slide right into. And then moving our way down, we have the nice combat knife, which a survivalist, they live and die by their knife. So it's good that he has a good knife right there. And great boot sheath right there. It is loose, so it can be removed, but I don't know why you would want to. And then finally, Outback has this little sidearm right here that, it's pretty cool. I think it's a new tooling. like the wrappings around the handle. That's kind of cool. And of course, you have a little flashlight here, targeting scope. But it is, you do have the open ports in the front if you want to put in a blast effect from, say, the Viper set or other Marvel Legends, and it fits nicely in the holster. And since I mentioned it, let me just double check. Yep, the rifle has it here too. Now, in terms of Outback proper, basic same articulation that we've seen lately with all the figures. Pinless joints. Yes, I do. I do want to apologize that I really have not been noticing the pinless joints, but here on the legs and the arms, we do have pinless joints, and I really do enjoy that they've been working that in. As we're joined by her royal fur, Steve Delilah Bijou. Look, Delilah, a tiger. You're a panther. There's a tiger. Um, and I really appreciate that it seems like the newer classified figures are getting these pinless joints universally, as opposed to the Marvel Legends, who, you're still getting newer figures without, that are using the old joints. And how about this detailing on the forearms with the grayed hair on the arms, hairy arms? That's kind of cool. I mean, nice little touch. But like I said, it's got the base, all the basic articulation that we've come to expect. Neck joint, ball jointed head, so they work in tandem to get those look up, look down, stuff like that. Universal joints in the shoulder, butterfly joints there too, so to bring the arms in close and far. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Wrist articulation does have the up and down movement on both hands. Oh no, on this hand it's in and out. So I do like it when they change it up, and both hands are molded trigger figures, so you can swap around the weapons. Waist articulation, as always, just that little tight there. And of course, you do have that forward and back ab crunch, the drop down universal hips, double jointed knees, calf rotation, thigh boot rotation, and of course the full ankle pivot. And then, somebody's going to trying to nibble on me again. And of course, as always, you have the backpack peg here, and the hole in the web gear. So just peg it on, and there you go. There's Outback all geared up, looking cool and awesome. So yeah, really dig the figure. I don't know if it was worth the the almost year and a half wait, but it is what it is. So how about we pause and come back with my final thoughts. As I said, I really like Outback. The fact that all of its accessories can be stored on the figure, and in a manner that it can leave the hands open, that does work out more with the play and display options you have. Interesting choice to start off with type in terms of the Tiger Force releases, but it is what it is. And definitely I'll be picking up the regular version of Outback. We know that it's going to have its normal Survive t-shirt on, so that'll be kind of cool. And then you can, trade off the displays and what have you. You know, so there's that. Hey, and for those of you who are fans of the comics, I remember there was this great story, I think, in Special Missions, where Outback had to use his skills to get back to the Joes when he and two other Joes, I think one of them was Stalker, were captured, and he had to lead the team back to rescue them. It was like a very daunting, very grim story, and it was, I think it may even carried over into the main Joe comic, but it really showed that, back in the 80s, the G.I. Joe comic was, made you think sometimes. And speaking of thinking, I just like to mention here at the end of the review, for those of you who've been noticing, I've been doing a lot of shorts lately, and it's like, it's blank is proof. I've just been having some fun with that. They're really meant to be tongue-in-cheek, a little humor here and there. And unfortunately, when it comes to like I did one for Kamakura, and the G.I. Joe community kind of responded the way I thought they would, and kind of, reinforce those stereotypes. But I'm just joking around. It's just for fun. I'm trying something out, seeing like, again, trying to get some more views and stuff, and just going that way. And and I hope people can find them for entertainment. I mean, when you have a guy singing upside down in a video, I don't know how seriously you can take that. But that's that. And as I said in the beginning, um, Outback is a Target exclusive. You might be able to find it online, but I think your best bet right now is to look in stores. Um, that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate the views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you bring figures like Outback to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. Now, as I always say, I am well aware that we are in the midst of a recession of sorts, and times are tough, as well as getting closer to the holidays. Don't worry about me. You guys take care of yourself first. As I always say, Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday, and your views are more than thanks enough. That's about it for the review. This is your old pal Chuck for Outback. We will see you next time.